Yeah, well, I'll start at the beginning. You know, I tested negative on intake, felt great on Tuesday. Um, and then Thursday morning, 36 hours after, I woke up at about 5 a.m. with pretty much full body aches. And, I didn't know, it didn't cross my mind that it was coronavirus when I woke up that morning. So I just thought we were on California time. I went to bed late, and didn't get enough sleep. And so I took a couple of Tylenol and took some Z-Cool and finally got back to bed. And then I woke up at around like 11:30, and I immediately grabbed my phone, texted my wife because she wasn't there, and I said, "Something's wrong. I need you to bring up a thermometer." And they gunned my forehead, and it said 102 fever, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I looked at it, I was like, "I think I got to call George, right? I think something's different." So and she goes, "Yeah." So I called George. I went immediately to they got me an appointment at Emory, and I did a nasal swab, which isn't fun, but I got those results Friday night, and I was positive. But the crazy thing is Friday morning, I woke up in a pool of sweat, gunned my forehead, and it said 98.2. So I had no fever that morning, and that was 7:30 in the morning. So I went, since I couldn't come to the field, I had to wait for that test. I went and threw, I hit, I worked out, and I ran to my house and felt completely fine. And by 2 p.m., it hit me like a ton of bricks. Came back, I was just sitting there, I was like, wow, I'm just not feeling very good. And then, it just kind of snowballed after that. Friday night, that was the scariest night for me. I spiked to 104.5 fever. So thankfully George wasn't awake when I texted him because I probably would have gone to the hospital. But 2 minutes after that, I gunned my forehead again. I was 103.8. Then I was 103.2 and then 103.6. So I was like, all right, if I go above 104 again, I'll probably just start ringing the phone, try to figure this out. But I said a little prayer that night because, I've never been that hot before. My body was really, really hot. So I said, please don't take me. I wasn't ready. It got a little worrisome that night for me. So I took some NyQuil, some Tylenol, and, I was able to get to sleep. I was just scared to go to bed because I was scared if I spiked even higher when I was sleeping, what would happen. But I woke up at 7 a.m. the next morning, and I was 101.5. So I was like, whew, I could take the 101, but Friday night was my worst night. Sunday, I was sitting at 99.3 to about 104, and then Monday I broke my fever. It's completely fine, fever-free. Aches were gone, chills were gone, headaches were gone. So from Monday to Thursday, it almost felt like I had a sinus problem. I would stand up, get dizzy, and I had to sit back down. Trying to tell my 3-year-old not to come around me was a little difficult. So I was mask, gloves. I was playing cards with him, and 10 minutes after playing cards with him and stuff like that, I had to sit down. So I was a little fatigued and tired. And then, every 3 hours, I felt like I had to take a nap, just stuff like that. And then come Thursday, so a week after my first symptom, I was like, I'm not feeling that great again. I took a nap that day. And when I woke up from the nap, I told my wife, Chelsea, I was like, I feel absolutely great, 100%. I said, get me carbs, though. I need carbs. And so I ate some Italian food, and I felt perfectly fine since Thursday. So today is my 9th day with no symptoms. And talking to a lot of other people, it's very surprising that I was able to test negative. I know a lot of other former teammates and friends that are farther along and symptom-free and still testing positive. So I was very surprised. I got the phone call yesterday morning. I stayed up till 2 or 3 every morning waiting for George to call me because sometimes the test results would come in at like 1:30 in the morning. So every night I was staying up late. I had 2 tests in, Tuesdays and Wednesdays tests. And it was Thursday night. And I was like, why haven't I, I was getting frustrated. I was like, why haven't I gotten Tuesday's results? Because I'm more days out from being completely 100%. And then Friday morning, at like yesterday morning at 9:15, I hear my phone going just over and over and over again. And finally I looked and it said George, and he goes, "You just hit a home run." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You have back-to-back negatives." I said, "No way." He goes, "I need you at Emory at 10 a.m. I said, "I'll be there." So I had to do a cardiac exam. I had to do ultrasound, echo, EKG, and blood test. I got that completely cleared by 1 p.m. yesterday, I think it was. And I was here at the field at 2, full workout. So I've been just waiting. Mark, I saw your article saying I was going to be in jeopardy of opening day, so
Yeah.
I had to prove you wrong, you know. So I feel great. I only lost 1 pound, so that was good. I lost my taste and smell for about 4 days, which was very weird. It was like I woke up and I felt like I mouth breathed all night for like 12 hours. Like, man, this doesn't feel right in my mouth. You know, I brushed my teeth, couldn't taste toothpaste. You know, I was like, it didn't really dawn on me that I had lost my taste and smell until my aunt went and got me a coffee, and I couldn't taste the coffee. So we went and grabbed barbecue sauce, and I put it up to my nose. I couldn't smell anything. I was like, trying to taste it, couldn't taste anything. So that lasted 4 days. But other than that, you know, it was just bad the first 3 days for me. Everyone kept asking me, he was like, "What's it like? What can you compare it to?" And I to be honest, I rarely ever get sick, and I can't remember the last time I ever had a fever. So I really have nothing to compare it to, you know. So I just say it's coronavirus. That's what it is for me. It's not. I can't compare it to a flu. I can't compare it to a cold. I've never had 104.5 fever before, so. Um, it hit me hard. My aunt was positive as well in my house. It hit her hard for about 2 days, and then she was just tired for about 4 or 5 days after that. Lost her taste and smell as well. My wife was positive. She lost her taste and smell, but she only had mild body aches, so she didn't get it as bad. So that was thankfully. I saw my dad, my grandfather, everybody on Monday, the day I left, and they're all healthy, so that's good news. That's what I was more worried about than myself, was them, and they turned out to be all right. I want to give a shout out to the Angels doctors. They were in touch with my dad there too to make sure he was okay. So it's been a wild ride. I'm a little shocked that I'm here as soon with all the information that I've been, you know, given, and friends that I've talked to that still have it and are symptom free longer than me. But I'm glad to be here. 6 days. I know your next question is if I'm going to probably be ready. We're going to try. That's the whole goal, is for me to be ready opening day. Thankfully, it's not like a normal spring training. We can control the games. So the whole plan, I think, you know, talking to Sunit when I first got here, is I'm going to be getting 5 to 6 at bats, even all for the next 5 days. So that's going to put me at, even through the Marlins games, we can control that a little bit. I can potentially, I'm going to be trying to get 30 ABs the next 5 days. I did a full workout yesterday. So I'm coming in. I got to get ready. So we're going to take it day by day. My legs are a little sore today. I mean, as you guys know, you can work out, which I was working out the last when I was symptom free at my house. You still can't. You can't work out getting ready for ground balls and doing all that stuff. You're always going to be sore the first day or so. So I'm going to do everything again today. I feel great. I feel strong. I didn't lose any strength. I was able to work out 2 days before yesterday, so for a couple of days. So I feel good. So that's my